Welcome to Hazardous Endeavors, brought to you by Digital and Dice. I am your GM, Mark, and joining me today are the players. We have Voiceover Guy Brian.
Hey!
We have Sound Guy Steven.
Hello, all.
We have the Lady Crass.
Sup.
And joining us as well is Wizard James.
Hello.
Yes, and we're going to go ahead and get started here with the first session of Hazardous Endeavors, where we find our adventurers in the city of Kelenhall in the country of Dariel. You guys are in the local inn, the Swatted Talon.
The Swatted Talon?
Yes, indeed.
Alright, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Swatted Talon is one of the more, let's just go with mid to low range bars, where you guys have been operating out of for, let's go for about a week or so, doing odd jobs from people here and there. But recently you guys have been looking for something a bit more, shall we say, lucrative.
You fix one blade onto a spinning hat and suddenly everyone thinks you're only good for odd jobs. We need a better score.
I agree, but I really did think that hat was quite dashing.
Why do we worry so much about score? We need to, My words have failed me. I'm used to it.
It's alright. I understand. You want to help more people, but if you want to help more people, you need more money to help more people.
I like money.
Therefore, a better score.
I agree on that statement. What's going on?
Well, lucky you should ask, because one of the things that has popped up on the board of things to do, as are wont to happen in most bars.
Oh, the one that's put up by Craig?
Yes, Craig is the one who usually goes around and affixes new jobs to the board. It's his job to go and find the things that need to be done and put them up on the board for people to peruse the list.
It's a real community service he does.
Oh, I love Craig! Is he the... He's the one with the list.
Yeah.
Is he the one with the short list or the big list, or the one with renters?
No, he does not manage that.
No, there's multiple Craigs. There's Craig's List and there's Craig's Lisp.
Right. We don't mention Craig's lisp.
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 I feel bad for people who have speech impediments.
Yes.
Do you, Lindo?
Yes, we'll go with that.
The most recent job that seems to stand out from the rest of them is one being offered by Commander Bale of the City Watch. There are some supplies that have gone missing, and they are desperately needed by the city to outfit their guards, to allow them to replace some of the older, more out-of-date and, say, rusting equipment that the city guard and even the standing army that is still around is still using.
Okay, but who took them?
Thieves and brigands, obviously.
And what did they look like?
Well, according to the notice, it seems that the supplies were en route from the dwarven citadels, and they had made their way through Silverhill and never made it to Kelenhall, although word was that they had made it just on the outside of the Ruinwood.
Alright, so I guess, it'd make a lot of sense, following what this listing is, that we might want to check around the Ruinwood to, find these brigands. Maybe
I'm
try
already
to track
confused.
it down.
There's a silver place, and we're in the Kelenhall, and we're going to the which one?
We're going to a woods. We're going to try to find the supplies in the woods.
Find the supplies in the woods.
Can I knowledge arcana for the Ruinwood?
You absolutely can.
Cool. 19.
A 19. You actually have a fairly good idea about the Ruinwood itself. The Ruinwood got its name from the fact that back in the War of Ascension, there was a fairly massive city that sprawled out over what is now the Ruinwood itself. Something happened after the war and after all of the destruction and everything within the last century. Within the last 1,000 years. And ever since then, as far as anyone can remember, it has merely been a stand of ruins amidst thick copses of trees of various kinds.
Thick copses of trees.
Yes, indeed. It's fairly common for adventurers to make their way in there in search of whatever lost magics and equipment they might find. Unfortunately, it's just as likely that they get lost and never return.
Yeah, I was about to ask what the percentage rate of people actually exiting these woods were.
Let's just go with relatively low.
I mean, I would imagine with a kingdom that's using adventurers to do their day-to-day policing work outside of the main cities, that they don't have a lot of infrastructure to, back it up with the census to find out how many people do or do not come out of the Ruinwood.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. And accurate to a great degree. But, needless to say, it has been requested that you make your way down south of Kelenhall and investigate who or what has taken their shipment. The other piece of information, though, on the missive does say that the number of sightings of goblinoids of various kinds has been going up recently, and that they're not certain, but it's likely that possible hobgoblins or goblins have made off with this equipment.
Well, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this poster off the board. You know, Craig can go find one if we all die.
Right.
The penmanship is excellent.
Always easily legible, that, Craig. So, if there's anything you guys need to pick up in town, anything you need to gather, otherwise you can basically make your way out.
Well, I'm pretty broke at the moment, so I'm for going and getting this done.
I have my tight pants, my fancy hat. I'm pretty okay.
I seem to be stocked up and ready to go.
I have both of the books we need, and I think we're good.
Very well. Then, it being a nice early summer morning, as you guys are gathering what you have and making your way out of the southern gates of Kelenhall. The surrounding countryside is, very nice, pristine, some rolling hills, spots of trees here and there, and the road is not necessarily well-maintained, but serviceable. Not a lot of ruts, and although you guys are pretty much traveling on foot, it's not slow going at all.
Good.
Yes. It takes you about a day of travel from Kelenhall south along the road to get to the edge of the Ruinwood.
Right.
Are we there yet?
So how bad are the roads?
No.
We are not there.
The roads aren't actually
now?
that terrible. Again, there are ruts.
Have to
There's
get in about
a
20 minutes.
lot of wagons make their travel back and forth between Dural, Abbotsfield, and Silverhill, but they're not to the point where they're causing issues with the actual trade.
Hey, Elliot.
Yes?
Has it been 20 minutes yet?
No.
So, the day of travel goes without anything interesting happening except for a light shower that comes through. But
Oh, I've needed a shower for days.
Yes, we know.
You can order a bath at the inn, right?
What?
Yeah.
Like a whole bath?
Yeah.
Like, does it come to my room?
No, they've
No?
got a room where you take a bath.
A bathroom?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Those don't exist.
I mean,
No.
I'll clean myself with magic, but, you can't.
there's something to be said about that.
There it is.
That is dirty and inappropriate.
Someday you'll have forgotten how to
also-
actually wash yourself.
I also wash myself with magic.
Well, I
You are-
imagine that's not something that you sweat much.
Both disgusting.
Get it? Because, you're a bit of a cold customer there.
Yeah, well, water is usually an issue when it comes to me.
That's fair. It has a bad habit of freezing on you at inappropriate times.
Little tinkling icicles.
Wash your face, come off with a beard.
Does your pee freeze when it comes out?
Moving on. So, you guys end up at the edge of the Ruinwood itself, which lives up to its name fairly spectacularly right off the bat by you're able to see, even from the edges where you are, columns and what's left of walls standing just on the edge of what you can see as the woods get thicker further in.
Oh no, this is not filled with monsters at all. Just look at this aesthetic.
Okay, because by the looks of it, I had to assume that there was actually monsters in it, but maybe things are different here.
No, don't be ridiculous, Lindo. It's totally not.
Oh.
I'll just give a little shout, see what stirs in there.
Oh, please don't.
But you just yell in there?
Yeah.
Is that- okay.
Yeah, Jaxom just laughs a little bit to himself rather than shouting, unless he actually is shouting.
No, I'm
No.
not going to shout.
Lindo takes him for serious and decides that he is going to shout into the woods.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hello! Linda.
It echoes out a ways over the hills.
You are right, there are no monsters.
So here's the thing. If a wagon is stolen off this road, it makes sense that they might leave like tracks going off the road. Is like
That's reasonable. You can roll survival if you wish to look for them.
I'm going to try to look for them, and this will be fabulous because I'm not an observant person.
All right.
I agree. Let's see what happens.
Well, that's a 19.
Okay. Plus anything?
No, I have a -1 on my wisdom, and I get +1 to all skills because Bardy Bard.
So that's a total of a 19.
The Barty Bar.
That's a total of a 19.
Well done.
I'll take a 15.
Okay. So between the two of you, after scouting around a bit, you do find what looks to be some wagon wheel trails leading off into a bit more of a kind of a clear area of the forest.
I feel like with my stat and generalness, what I did was I wandered around, I tripped over my own feet, and landed face first into one of these tracks.
Oh, look, you found a track.
That's a reasonable assumption.
Yes, because I am an expert tracker.
I can tell.
When we find the tracks, I do cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they wish to prepare?
I have nothing to prepare for. There are no monsters.
I prepare my hair. Just feather it back a bit. It's nice that way.
That's fair. All right, so you guys start making your way into the Ruinwood itself, and the sun is able to make its way through the canopy fairly easily because where the trees aren't able to grow together as closely is replaced by, again, columns, walls, foundations from what used to be this fairly massive, stretched-out city. What is left of them is mostly kind of white stone and gray stone, kind of peeking out beneath moss and overgrown roots.
Who would put a giant chunk of city in the middle of a forest?
Lindo, I explained that when we... Oh, never mind.
It's all right. It's all right.
The forest grew around it.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
As are you.
magic
Let's
is a
continue.
little ridiculous. You've got to just accept some things.
Nope.
So as you're making your way through, you continue to travel and follow the tracks of this wagon. And it seems to have had a little bit of a hard time. After about 10 minutes or so of following the trails, you find what's left of the horses. Apparently they weren't moving quite fast enough and were slaughtered where they stood.
Delicious.
That is disgusting. Oh.
Would be medicine or survival for checking to see who murdered these horses?
Go ahead and roll medicine.
Okay.
I think that makes sense to determine cause of death.
Did they at least take enough of the meat to actually
7.
eat? Or is it they just killed them and left them?
7 is a good skill.
Let's say with a 7, you're able to see that they were definitely killed with a blade of some kind. But
Okay.
that's about as much as you know with that. As for you, you note that it looks at least like one of the legs of the horses was torn off instead of cut off.
Butchers.
And is nowhere to be found.
That's just lovely. Yeah.
Then
Artist.
the wagon trail continues to lead off deeper into the forest. This time apparently being pulled by someone with a lot less, so we say, patience.
Okay, Wilf.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you told me there were no monsters, but according to that horse over there who is extremely dead.
Well, the interesting thing about that, Lindo,
Uh-huh.
is that it's likely that monsters didn't do this. It's likely to be something with some intelligence, at least enough to use weapons.
Yeah, see? Not a monster.
Not a monster. Still not
Also,
a monster.
Who
Okay.
are you
Although-
going to trust? Dead horses tell no tales, whereas I will tell you all the tales and you'll believe them.
That is true.
Lindo, there are monsters in this forest.
Oh, well, I guess. Yeah.
Very
I've
well.
been lied to.
No, I actually left the lyre back in the town. It's not very easy to travel with a harp.
You're only lied to because you can't work it out on your own.
You don't know me.
So you continue following the trail for the better part of the day. Eventually, though, I need perception checks.
Oh, goody.
Perceptione.
All right.
Really?
Are you just on the ball today?
That would be a 19.
Okay. All right, Wilf got a 19. Jaxom?
He's more on the ball than I am, as I got a 3.
Okay. Lindo, are you paying attention?
Ah, yes, Lindo stares out into the forest with his keen eyes with a total of 5.
Right. That's about right.
19 as well.
Okay, so Elliot got a 19 as well. All right, so between Wilf and Elliot, you guys are able to hear, coming from down the trail ahead of you, you actually hear the sound of voices that they're not trying to be very quiet, but they do definitely seem to be more hushed than bellows, as it were.
Oh, all right, so... Hey, guys. I think there's some trouble that way.
Hey, Jaxom, check out this rock.
Lindo, Lindo,
Eh? What?
Lindo.
Eh?
Use your earbuds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh.
I know your ears are really little, but
They're not that little.
Yeah,
you have
they're
big
tiny.
pointy ears.
What are they speaking?
They are speaking... Well, actually, it depends. Does anyone here speak Goblinoid?
No.
Why, hello.
Oh, good.
Hi.
Well, after they point out that there are voices and you all kind of strain to listen, you definitely do hear the sound of goblinoids speaking in Goblin, but you can't quite make out what they're saying.
Well, I don't understand exactly what they're saying. They're quiet, but they do realize we're here.
We should say hello.
Let's not.
let's pull
stealthing.
out some weapons.
Yes.
Oh, I am good at this one. Oh, here we go.
All right. So you guys draw weapons, ready yourselves, and as you make your way down the path, you eventually come to the edge of a clearing, where indeed, in the middle of said clearing, around a standing of rocks towards the center, which, upon closer examination, do seem to be, again, what's left of what might have been a chimney, and surrounding it is a small standing of hobgoblins, as well as 2 larger hulking forms of bugbears sitting off to one side, who are busily gnawing away at what looks to be the haunch of that horse.
Oh, yay! This is just what I wanted.
How far apart
No.
are these goblins?
The hobgoblins are off on one side of the stand of rocks, about, say, the furthest away of each one of them is about 15 feet. The the bugbears on the other side of the stand of rocks are about 40 feet away.
Well, Mr. Wilf, I can get rid of the hobgoblins, maybe. But if I do, the entire forest will know we're here.
Like, when you say get rid of, do you mean with, like, an explosion?
More than likely.
Oh, I like that one. The big one, right?
Yes, the big one.
Yeah.
Let's save that for a last ditch effort.
Let's
They're
play
all
sneak.
nice and grouped right there.
Well, you know,
He is not inaccurate. They are indeed grouped.
we can go for broke. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
Go big or go home.
That's always a great thing to ask.
Rocks fall and we all
All
die.
right, then I shall do so. I reach into my pouch and pull out 2 substances that basically smell like farts. As
Sure,
it's
okay.
A pinch of sulfur and a ball of bat guano.
So
Oh,
farts
great.
and farts. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And I wave my hands around, and basically the sound of a firework flings towards the 4 hobgoblins and explodes.
Okay. Let's see. First off, of the grouping, the only one of them who seems to notice you at the edge of the clearing as you're approaching and having your brief conversation is one of the hobgoblins in particular, who happens to glance over pretty much at the last moment, sees what's happening, eyes growing wide, and ducking out of the way, but the other hobgoblins are nowhere near as lucky.
Okay.
Delightful.
So, I'm going to get some reflex saves here for them.
Reflex. More like bowflex.
Excuse me, dexterity saves. What is the DC of these dexterity saves?
Dumb.
14.
14. Okay, so that's 1, 2 fail, 3 succeed.
Okay, I didn't roll very well. It's 21 damage.
21. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter which one of them actually failed or succeeded. All 5 of them go up in a burst of flames.
Get the bugbears.
Well, all right.
All right, and I will go ahead and need initiative, please.
Initiado.
Initiative.
Surprising.
All right. Wilf.
That would be an 18.
Okay, Jaxom.
I will unfortunately have to go with an 11.
Lindo.
8.
Okay, Elliot.
20.
20. Let's say we have the Hobgoblin Captain here. Oh yeah, he's a little not quite on the ball there, and the Bugbears. Doo-doo-doo.
Bugbears, banana bugbears.
Yeah, they are absolutely caught completely unawares by this.
Bugbears.
So, first in the line, Elliot. It
Okay.
is your turn.
I think this time I will pull out a small diamond, worth about 50 gold, and say, I call upon the Great Worm of the Freezing White as I cast Chromatic Orb, level 1, at one of the bugbears.
Okay.
Sounds pretty cool.
Ha.
Well, luckily they are, they're sitting over there. They're not really sure what's happening. An explosion happened. They've grabbed their weapons, and go ahead and shoot.
21.
A 21 will absolutely hit.
Okay, I think Chromatic Orb is 3d6. Finding.
3d6.
3d6? Okay. 9.
9 points on Bugbear number 1. Gotcha. He's still standing, and he's extremely upset.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, Wilf.
All right. I hardtail it up to that captain.
Okay.
With using my blade flourish, get an extra 10 feet. I've got enough room to get up to him.
Yes, you absolutely do.
Excellent. And I make a swordy swipe or two on him because, 2 swords.
Yep. Go ahead and make your swing.
I'm really hoping that a 12 hits him.
A 12 on the Hobgoblin Captain?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to try my second attack then.
Okay.
And that time I rolled a 12, which will make it more like a 19.
A 19 does indeed hit.
Excellent. And I'm going to expend one of my bardic inspirations to do defensive flourish.
Well done.
And so, I'll deal extra damage as per my Bard inspiration dice, and
Okay.
it also increases my AC by that D8.
Wow. All right.
So we are looking at 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
Huzzah.
And, you add the number of the roll to your AC until the start of your next turn, which brings me up to a lovely 23.
Wow. That's pretty
Your AC is
intense.
higher than mine is now.
Yeah, I could only do that a couple times.
I would bet. That's pretty
You
significant.
can't be consistently buff like some folks.
Yeah.
All right. Well done, Wilf. Jaxom, it is your turn. 2 bugbears and a Hobgoblin Captain stand.
All right. You said that they were about...
The Hobgoblin Captain is about 40 feet on your side of the stand of trees, or the stand of rocks, excuse me. The Hobgoblins are about 70 feet on the other side of the stand of rocks.
All right, I'll take as much movement as I can get to the captain and
Okay.
do nothing.
Okay, so you double move.
Yes.
All right, you make your way towards them.
All right.
All right. It is now the Hobgoblin Captain's turn, and
Oh, he's gonna hit me.
he's very upset.
He probably doesn't like me.
He's going to take a great sword swing at you first.
Why would he use a greatsword on me? That's so overkill. I'm not even as long as that blade.
Yeah, he doesn't care, but that's going to be a total of a 20 to hit you.
That does not, because I'm just too nimble and quick.
Indeed. Then he's going to take a swing at Jaxom, who also appears next to you.
Bring it.
Yeah, which is going to be a 9, so I'm going to assume a no.
Correct.
Very well. he seems to be a little put out and still very, very surprised by this whole deal.
Yeah, he would.
Lindo, it is your turn.
Okay. So, there is people, and they are not that far from me, yes?
40 feet to the Hobgoblin Captain, 70 feet to the Bugbears.
Why are they all so far away?
Well, you guys were at the edge of the clearing.
Boo. Okay. So, I am going to run up as far as I can toward the Bugbears.
Okay. You get 30 feet of normal movement, then you can dash with the other 30.
Oh yeah, because I am quick.
And then you can get the rest of the movement, if you wish, just by taking your normal move.
Or you can just double move using your cunning action.
Yep.
And then attack.
That'd be 60, you'd still be 10 feet away.
Will I be close enough to, say, the captain to hit him in the mouth?
Yes, you could absolutely get to the captain and stab him.
Huzzah! Okay, hello, captain! And I hit you in the mouth.
Okay, roll it.
It's a 12 plus a 6.
18 will hit.
Okay, excellent.
And you do get combat. You do get your sneak attack because there are allies within 5 feet of you.
Hi!
Sexy.
Stab him, please.
All right, so 3d6. That's d8.
You can do it. I believe in you.
9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 6. Yeah.
So 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I like
He's
it.
still standing, but he is absolutely been
Wait, what?
stabbed through
You
and is
die.
bleeding out. But
Oh, he
Better
wanted
than
that
he-
kidney? No.
Better than
no.
he deserves.
Elliot, it's stuck on my sword.
Hold the
you-
sword out.
You've got to
No!
twist a little. Wiggle it. Wiggle it.
It's wiggling.
in response to this, the bugbears have dropped the haunch of meat, have pulled morning stars, and are now making their way over to the group. As the hobgoblin captain is bellowing orders to them in Goblin, to the lines of, help me, you idiots, kill them, kill them.
Why do they have to be morning stars?
Yeah, I know. It just seems super weird.
Can't they be like evening stars or twilight stars?
No, man, these are like ninja bugbears.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what? No, they're not ninja stars, they're morning stars.
Oh.
I was a little confused. Why would bugbears be ninjas?
Why would they not?
Right, so they make their way forward and take a swing, first off at the closest they get, which is going to be one on Jaxom and one on Lindo.
Oh, lovely.
So, Jaxom,
I mean, very
it's
serious.
going to be an 11. I'm assuming that's a no.
Yeah, he just has a couple more AC points over me. So no, that's not going to hit.
Sword
Okay.
stuck.
One of them is on
helmet.
Lindo. That is a 22.
No, that obviously does not hit.
Yeah, don't you?
It
don't
will
you
never
know?
hit me.
Lindo is just immune to getting hit by things.
With my studded armor, I am obviously protected.
It's a whole boulder thing going on.
So that's a yes then.
You have to use
yeah.
mistletoe.
Okay.
Was it a mistletoe morning star?
We're going to go with yes.
Oh, well, then you fucked.
All right. That is a morning star coming down for 8 points of damage.
Dun dun dun.
Normal view, normal view, normal view.
Elliot, back to you.
All right. I think I'm gonna do chromatic orb again.
Chromatic orb again on, what do you got? Bugbear number 1?
Let's do the captain since he seems to be in.
Oh yeah, he's worse for wear at this point.
Yeah, Captain Omar, Captain.
He's not your captain. I thought your captain was your wife.
No,
I don't think a 10 will hit.
No, I've never sailed
10 will not
on
indeed
Mars
hit.
crew.
Well, then
I
that's
was
my
not
turn.
actually a pirate.
I thought
Okay.
you were the Dread Pirate Tradewind.
No, I was not the Dread Pirate Tradewind.
Okay, Dread Pirate Tradewind, it is your turn.
Oh, goody. Well, I'm going to try to kill this bad guy, Captain.
The Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
Yes.
The bad guy captain.
the Hobgoblin Captain.
Accurate statement.
Anyways, I'll make an attack, make a slash, I'll botch that nice and royal,
Okay.
and I'm going to make that other attack with my offhand. And I think that's going to hit. And I'm,
What's your
because
total?
I'm paranoid. Oh, no, I'm willing to bet that that's a 24.
A 24 will absolutely
Yeah.
hit, yes.
Yeah. Well, Here we go. Wait, I'm gonna make that a defensive flourish again.
And this is with your offhand, right?
This is with my offhand, but I do actually have the two-weapon fighting style.
Okay.
So
you
I
get to add your
my
bonus.
stats.
Okay.
Well, that is
James in the corner breaking
all
it
of
down.
5 damage with the
Jungle
slashy,
Boogie.
but the body gave that another
If you're
6
gonna
to
make
bring it
an
to
audio
11,
podcast.
Agreed.
and bringing my AC up to 22.
Okay. Well, the Hobgoblin captain, amidst its bellowing and attempting to get the help from the bugbears, apparently was not prepared for your defensive flourish, and you skewer it directly through what is its.
Pez dispenser?
Oh yes, its neck is cleanly sliced open, stopping whatever it was gutturally uttering into a black sludge that is now dripping down the front of its armor.
Yeah, I can't speak that language anyways.
Right.
It's
He
now
falls to his knees and hits
all
face
over.
first in the dirt.
Oh, that's icky.
Indeed. Jaxom, your turn.
Well, seeing as how that threat has been dispatched, onto the one that's been attacking me.
Okay, bugbear.
Bugbear.
It really bugs you.
Barely.
It's unbearable.
Oh God.
I am going to assume that a 23 will hit it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Stop being so buff.
You can't ask a Jaxom to be less buff.
For 5.
That's like asking Lindo to be less sexy.
I believe that's gonna miss.
No, for
Oh,
5 damage.
5 damage, yes. Oh, derp. Yep, we're good. Yes,
Derp.
that's
And
good.
then I'm going to hit him again.
Okay.
So aggressive with those 2 attacks. So aggressive.
I'm assuming a 12 is not going to hit.
12 will miss, unfortunately.
Aw, you got him good with your squeezing arm, though.
So much rage, so much hate.
Lindo.
Damn that rap music.
Well, not that I have goop because of Wilf all over my shoes. From said captain, I'm going to go kill me a bugbear.
Okay, well, you got 2 of them. One of them is on you, and one of them is on Jaxom.
I'm going to kill the one that is on me.
Okay. Bring it.
Okay. Is it directly next to its friend?
Yes, which is also, fortunately, also directly next to you and your friend. So you still do get your sneak attack on one of the attacks because you have a friend within 5 feet of it.
Excellent.
Your swashbucklerness does not negate the normal rules of sneak attack. Lucky for you.
Huzzah!
You've got friends in low places.
Okay, I got the 17 plus a 6.
Oh, yes, 23 will hit.
Okay, I kick its butt. Toot, 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 toot. Let's see.
That's pretty. I like it.
13 plus 7.
As a 20, yeah.
I am a sexy
Plus your
beast.
dex.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's...
Plus,
yeah.
let's say another 3.
Okay, nice. Okay, well, it's still alive, just barely.
Tell it no, because I stab it again.
Okay.
18.
Yes, an 18 will hit.
Huzzah! I kick it in the
Hooray.
butt. Hot tits.
Well, there goes that D8.
You know, I didn't need that D8 anyways. It wasn't doing me any good. 3?
3. It is still up. It is barely clinging on to life, but it is using that to its advantage and swinging at you with what's left of the energy in its body that isn't slowly leaking out onto the ground. All right, first off, swinging at Lindo, I'm going to assume that a 14 does not hit.
Let me double check here. And no.
Okay. The next one is swinging at Jaxom.
Okay.
No, my dice say no tonight, and a 9 will not hit you.
That is very correct.
Okay.
For
back
once
to
your
the,
dice are correct.
Did I say, not today?
back to the top of the round with Elliot. Please put them out of their misery.
I'm going to use the cantrip Frostbolt.
Okay.
So 12 does not hit.
A 12 does not indeed hit.
Ouch.
Unfortunate. All right, Wilf, you're up.
Well, I'm going to go and attack the one that Jaxom is attacking. Because, you know, Jaxom is a scarier person, and I think I can fight, like, behind him, sort of.
And
You know.
obviously I don't need any help
Like a
because of how
coward.
cool I am.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make with the slashy. I'm a Ginsu machine. And I'm really hoping that a 15.
Miss.
No. All right. So second attack.
Okay.
Why are you hoping that a 15 misses?
Well, I hope a lot of things, and they don't always make sense. But a 19.
A 19 will hit.
Okay, I'm not gonna do any sort of crazy bodyboard on that, but I am going to do. That's canted and weird. Let's.
There we go.
We'll accept that happily. 10.
10 points. Okay. Still up, just barely.
Well, we should
barely.
fix that.
Bug barely.
Bug barely.
Jackson go.
So that first one,
You say Jacksonville.
look. That first one is definitely going to hit with a 23.
A 23. Good.
Should be your lucky number. Get that tattooed on your body somewhere.
Lucky number 23.
Oh yeah, one above each nip.
The number 23. Are we gonna have to make Steven watch the movie, the number 23 now?
Oh,
That's a
right. That
shit
was a
movie.
movie, wasn't it?
Yes, with Jim Carrey. I've already seen it.
Right.
Awful
Shit
movie.
movie.
It was fun.
No. Jackson, roll.
For 7.
7 points. All
Yes.
right. Bugbear number 1 goes down in a pool of its own viscera.
It's 'cause I
Okay.
helped.
And so that second attack
Yep.
will go towards the one that Lindo is so deftly fighting.
Not on my shoes, not on my shoes!
All over his shoes.
No.
Okay, so that's a miss.
Jesus,
All right.
Jackson.
That, I believe, brings us to Lindo.
I am a one-trick pony, and therefore will stab.
Feel free to stab. I mean, as far as tricks go, stabbing is pretty good.
Is it 19?
A 19 will hit, yes.
Huzzah.
But my question is stabbing a neat trick?
Okay, how much damage?
17?
Yes, well more than
Wait, I
enough.
forgot the other thing.
It's
20?
Okay, its surviving 1 hit point is no match for the onslaught of 20 that you deal.
Huzzah!
You neatly sever its head from its shoulders. It flies several feet and lands in a heap.
Which is
But
pretty
cleanly
impressive with a
without
rapier.
splattering
Yeah.
on my shoes.
That's.
Specifically.
I mean,
No.
I'm not a doctor or anything, but I think that there's a disconnect there.
A
Literally
very
his
obvious
head
one.
from his body.
Which leaves you guys in the clearing, which now contains the burned corpses of 5 hobgoblins, the decapitated version of the Pez dispensered body of another, and then 2 dead bugbears.
We're gonna look at Pez dispensers again.
Right.
It also contains, luckily for you, what looks to be a cart.
Huzzah,
Very
card.
helpful. Very helpful.
That's easy. Also, it has a captain who has pockets. And in the pockets, you find. What do you find in
Lint.
pockets?
You find several things.
You find lint.
Excellent.
First off, amongst the bodies themselves, you guys are able to find about 40 silver, mostly among the hobgoblins themselves. Very few, other than colored beads and some various other things on the bugbears. Their equipment is nothing much to speak of. Hobgoblins are, surprisingly good at doing their metal work, but it's not on the level of quality as to any of your current gear. The hobgoblin captain, on the other hand, on his belt, seemed to have a pouch containing several gems and what looked to be a small rolled-up note.
Ooh, all right.
I believe I will take that note, unless any of you can. I'm assuming it's in Goblinoid.
It actually is, yes.
Yes. So I'm going to take that note unless any of you want to try and decipher it.
Oh no!
Please,
feel
please
feel
tell us
free.
all.
All right. Take a look at that.
Okay, you open up the note. It had a seal on it, although the seal seems to be just kind of a completely unadorned, just kind of a standard blank seal.
Okay.
It's a red skull,
Nothing so fancy. But opening it up, you find in flowing, very nice goblinoid, which is at first really odd, because goblins are not generally known for their penmanship. This, on the other hand, is written in a flowing script, in fluent goblinoid, which explains the time and date and location of where this particular delivery was going to be. These goblins seem to have been informed of where this particular shipment was going to be and when it was going to be most vulnerable to attack.
Well, so it looks like someone with some learning behind them is helping these goblins.
Oh, you mean an inside man
Yes.
who lives inside?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter where he lives, but
Is it Bale?
Well,
I
would it
thought
be-
it would be Bale.
he wouldn't have told us to go and get the thing if he had been the one who, set up the thing being stolen.
Is it the Keen?
The rest of the note mentions something that in exchange for our previous agreement, you will keep all that you can and want from the shipment. But it doesn't say what that previous agreement was.
Let's take a look at the shipment, what's been taken from the cart.
Sure. I can roll investigation or.
Okay, yeah, roll investigation, take a look.
Yeah. I'm gonna try that as well.
I am not.
You taking a look at the gems?
I do.
Okay, what do we got for investigation?
So I've got a 14.
I
Okay,
got a 12.
and 12. Between the two of you, not having actually been given any sort of manifest, you're unsure of how much is missing, but it definitely looks like at least one crate is seems to be missing from the stack. But there's no general idea of where it has gone at this point. There are no tracks or trails leading out of this clearing that are apparent or that look like they've been, taken out by booted feet.
All right.
I have a question, Mr. Wilf.
Eh?
How are we taking this cart? It was pulled by horses.
Which are now eaten?
Horse,
Partially.
I think. Singular?
Looked like it was a single horse cart, more than likely drugged the rest of the way by the bugbears themselves.
Now, see, I've got this idea where we hitch this up to Lindo, and
Wait,
I'll
what?
make a very, very lovely looking illustration, and I put that on the end of a string and on a stick, and I hold it in front of Lindo, and he will move towards said little piece of artwork. And
I think
we'll
you are
drag.
trying to insult my intelligence, and I just want to tell you.
It's gonna be a lady
I am insulted
artwork.
about my intelligence.
It's gonna be a lady artwork.
You cannot draw.
Can I draw? Ha ha!
Or
We could put
converse-
Jaxom in it.
Or conversely, give me 10 minutes and we'll have a horse that may be a little beneath what he's used to doing, but he can pull the cart.
Very well.
Oh.
The ability to summon a mount being one of the benefits of being a paladin.
I
Agreed.
suppose if we can solve this with magic, we don't need to necessarily demean and degrade our friend.
Right.
Yet.
So, Lindo, you
Hey.
take a look at the gems. You find about 7 gems worth 50 gold apiece. So, this hobgoblin was paid fairly well for whatever it did. Jaxom, you conduct your ritual and you summon a celestial charger.
Yes.
To which then, because they're friendly to you and because they'll do what you need them to do, deigns to let itself be tied up to the cart, and you guys are able to bring said cart back out to the road and start making its way back to Kelenhall. And that is where we're going to end this session. So, thanks for joining us, Digidicers. Tune in next time where we continue on our quest and find out what happens as this plot thickens and conspirators are found and, I don't know, probably
You
some other
suck
stuff.
at this ending.
I shudder in antissa.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I can't wait any longer.
Patient.
Right. So, until next time, Digidicers.
Game on, internets.